All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. What is that? You probably know what that is. That is a Baer full-size government in 38 Super. That belongs to young Beretta, one of his pride and joys from 2023. And this is one of my most interesting pickups in 2024. This is the standard manufacturing 1911 in nickel plated. Both of these pistols are very interesting. They both sporting a pair of, you guessed it, LOK Grips, and they are the aluminum ones. So look, some of them put them on their top of the line CZ pistols. We've been putting them on 1911s. We think they're pretty damn cool, but they're also very, very durable, and they offer a great deal of palm swell that you see here, plus all this texture pattern that you see. Not only good looking, but they also give you a practical use when you are gripping your firearm, which to me is even more important and something that needs to be considered. So when I got the first pair of aluminum grips from them, I couldn't stop there, and we ended up ordering and getting, I don't know, 8 pairs, different ones. The red ones are on my full-size government Spardella custom, and now you've got both of us selecting them for these type of guns. There was a number of different colors to choose from, and young Beretta went with this, and I went with this. And it wasn't at the same time either. So anyway, thanks goes out to the folks at LOK Grips, who we've been working with for years. Been a great partner to us and helping us show off these wonderful, wonderful grips that they make. And I want to say now we've probably had 50 and not one of them have broken. So there's something to be said with that. We don't go around dropping our guns all the time, but they're pretty durable for day-to-day use or EDC use. And I'll be right back with the rest of the video. The all aluminum grips. So if you guys are interested in these grips at all, they are right here on the website, and they run $84.95. They are the 1911 Palm Swell Gridlock aluminum grips, and of course they're identical here. Baer UTC chrome custom. This pistol was special ordered by young Beretta with every available option he wanted on it. He has shot it once, and it shot fantastic, is my understanding. I was not there. There you go. Look at that. .38 Super. The finish on the hard chrome, it seems to be a little bit more flat and not a scratchy type surface to it. Where the finish on the nickel plated, it does kind of have a little bit of a scratchy type surface to it. If you look deep into it. This one does not seem to be quite as durable as this. And I believe that's correct too. I think on like the hardness scale or whatever, this hard chrome is far superior to this nickel plated, just so you know. This runs around $1,800 and this runs around $4,000. So there's a huge difference in price too. If you're gonna carry it or use it as anything other than a safe queen, does it really matter? The answer to that is probably no. It doesn't really matter. If you're going to carry it, it's going to get scratched up, it's going to get nicked, it's going to get some surface scratches on it, it may even get some surface rust on it that you have to take off. So it just depends on what you're using the guns for. That's why a lot of people carry Glocks and stuff and M&Ps, because it really doesn't matter what happens to them. I know some of you will be like, hey, that's my only gun. Much respect to you. I started off with a Glock and a Browning high power, so I understand. And you take pride in all your ownership things because they're there to save your life. So I completely understand that. But if you're into these metal guns and stuff like that, they're going to show wear. Where a Glock really, in my opinion, doesn't really show a lot of wear other than constant holster use and stuff. You may put a scratch in it, but you really don't care because it's a hammer to me and to most of the people that I know. The police officers use it. It's just another tool in their toolbox. It's something they have to be proficient with, and it's something they do take care of, but we don't stress over them trying to take as good a care of them as you would if you had something like this. I think that's my point, what I'm trying to say. This one may be a little bit easier to take care of, though it is far, far more expensive. There is a huge price difference, obviously, between the two. We've got an ambi safety here. The hammer's blacked out. The trigger's blacked out. This is exactly how young Beretta ordered the pistol. The top of the slide is done, which is one of his favorites. There's his sight picture. We already talked about the grips. Oh my gosh, that is a positive safety. You will not be putting this on accidentally like I did with the Cabot 1911. It'd be bad if you accidentally put your safety on and needed it in a gunfight or something. So yeah, that's pretty tight. Let's check the trigger real quick. £4 8 ounces. That's quite a spring on that hammer. £4 11. So, you know, a little bit under, what is that? A little over 4.5 pounds. So that's something we can deal with. Youngblood and I kind of like it around 4, 4 1/4, 4.5 pounds. So that's okay for us. It's a little bit of a safety issue for us. Gives us a little more time to decide to shoot or not to shoot. Wonderful trigger. Let's try the reset. Oh, money. Awesome, awesome reset. I'm on it and it just breaks. So, very, very nice Les Baer. Standard manufacturing with the fire blue controls. Somebody thought they were black. They're actually all a really dark, deep blue. And that's wonderful. Love it. Just in case you're wondering. £4 9 ounces. £4 9 ounces. How's that for consistent? And I know standard says 4.5 is what they set them on at the factory. All right, guys, pick your poison. If you're wondering what a hard chrome pistol would look like with blue LOK grips, now you know. And here is the nickel plated from standard manufacturing. Again, $4,000-ish for this, and $1,800 for this. This has all forged parts and tool steel on even the small pieces. And on the Les Baer, I think the safety is cast, the mag release is cast, the slide release. It may be cast too. We'll leave it at that. A couple pieces on the gun are not forged steel. And that's the way they've always been. That's the way he's always made them. So this should not be news to Les Baer owners unless they just don't, you know what their pistol is made of. But last I checked, that's the way they were still made. And he is a creature of habit. He likes to stick with what works for him. And this has worked. The only one I have ever heard of or seen on YouTube that had a piece break at around the 30,000 round mark. So, and I haven't heard or seen anything else of all the Les Baer pistols that are out there. So that'll give you an idea as to what its reliability is. And a lot of people, even the pros, will tell you this thing has like 30 hours of man hours into it. They draw file on these to bring them to a precise handgun, and they're very proud of what they do. So, and obviously we own several. This right here, I think, is a little bit more up to date on how they make their handgun, not stuck in the 1970s, doing what works for them. But these guys are a little bit more current. I think they'll use a little bit more CNC machines. And then, of course, they have their own skilled pistol smiths at standard manufacturing. So I have the gold one, I have this one, I have the blued one, I have a tactical one. Every one of them has been great. So I've got no complaints here. Obviously, you can get in here a lot less expensive than you can get in over here. Prices keep on going up. So see what you guys can find out there and buy accordingly. But I think they represent a pretty good value, especially when you realize that there's no MIM and no cast. So they're competing directly with the best of Dan Wesson, which I believe is also very, very close to $2,000 1911s. So if you want to look and compare apples to apples, I think Dan Wesson would be the one to look at and not the ones that are under that. Okay? Thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, the Beretta 9mm USA channel and the CZ 9mm USA channel for more guns and gear videos coming up in the future. Remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting, and we'll see you on the next video.